Okay, hello everyone. The last topic that we're going to look at before the holidays is statistics. We're going to look at a wide variety of different statistics, some of which you might have seen before and some of which you won't have. Okay, if we consider the set of numbers here, okay, so we've got 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 8, 9, 15, 22 and 50. The kind of things that you would probably have done with this before, and we've used this in homeworks recently, is we've worked out things like the mean, the median, the mode and the range, and that's given us information that can help us tell something about a data set. But if we look at the range of this data here, okay, this 50 take away 3, it would give us 47. So it tells us that the data is quite spread out, but it's not really. If you look at it, the majority of the data is between 3 and 9. So the thing with mean, median, mode and range that we've done so far is it's often not accurate enough. And so as we go on through mathematics in the next few years, we're going to look at more accurate statistics. And so what we're going to start off with this week, and possibly into next week, we'll see how we get on with this, is looking at something called quartiles. Okay, now you can probably tell from even the word that when we look at quartiles, we're looking at splitting our data up into 4. Okay, and this is going to be useful. It's going to help us draw a new type of graph, and it's something that you'll see used kind of in other areas and other subjects, and you've maybe even seen on the news recently to look at displaying data. But let's just first of all look at how we can get quartiles. So, as we've already spoken about, the idea of quartiles, quart is 4, so we're splitting our data up into 4. Now, there's one statistic that we're going to look at that we've already spoken about in this lesson so far. That's the median, the middle number. That is still important when we do quartiles. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to look for here is my middle number. Now, the first thing I need to do is check all my numbers are in numerical order, which they are. Okay, so I've been quite nice to us in this first one. If they weren't in numerical order, we would have to put them in numerical order. We're looking for the median first of all, so we need to find halfway. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers back, okay, then it tells me here, this 5 here is our median, our middle number. We've got 5 numbers on this side, and we've got 5 numbers on that side. Now, the median, the middle number, we call Q2, okay, and that's going to become something that you're going to get very used to doing. So that's our Q2, it's our middle number, our median. Okay, now what we also need then though is if we're splitting the data into 4, at the moment we've only got 2 separate lists, so we need to split this list and this list in half again. Okay, so we look at this bottom half. We don't include the 5 that's in the middle, so we're just looking at this bit, and we want to find the middle number here. So the middle number here is that 3. We've got 2 numbers on one side and 2 numbers on the other side. So this is what we call Q1, or our lower quartile. Okay, this is the number that has split it up into 2 halves. So we've got the half of the bottom half, if you like. And we need to do the same at the top. Okay, so this is our upper list of numbers. We need to cut this in half. We need to find the middle of this. The middle of that would be 15. So that's our Q3. That's our upper quartile. Okay, now this one has worked out really nicely. Every single number has been on its own. We've not had 2 numbers in the middle, and this will happen sometimes, and this is always the kind of question that you want. Let's look at another data set though, where we maybe aren't having that luxury. So we're going to do another data set where we have some more numbers, and it's not going to work out quite so nicely. So I'm going to write them in numerical order again, just for ease. Okay, but if we have the list of numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 15, 21, 23, 24 and 30. Okay, so this time we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers. We've got 10 numbers. Now, we know, or we hopefully will remember, that if we were trying to find the middle of this list, well, half of 10 is 5. Okay, so the middle of this list is here. Now, that means that we don't have a middle number. Okay, we don't have a median that stands out on its own. So what we have to do, and hopefully you remember this from before, is we add together the two numbers on either side and half it. Okay, so we've got 11 plus 15 in this case. We're adding together the number here at the top and the number here at the bottom. Okay, so 11 and 15 is 26. Half of that is 13. So our Q2 or our median is 13. Okay, now from there we need to find the middle number of the bottom half, the lower half, to get our Q1. Okay, now we're fortunate in this case, we still include this 11. Okay, so we're just looking at the bottom half of the list, and this time there is a middle number. Q1 is going to be 6, so our lower quartile is 6. And if we look at the upper half of our list, to find our upper quartile, again we include the 15. Okay, so the median lay between these numbers, so they still get included in the lists. Here, the middle number is 23, so Q3 is 23. So that was a slightly different scenario where we had to work out the Q2, the median, by adding two numbers in the middle together and halving it. Okay, we'll do one more list of numbers. Again, I'll make sure that I put them in numerical order for you, so we're not having to think about that too much. So if we've got 14, 20, 21, 25, 28, 28, 30 and 32. Okay, now this time we've got 8 numbers. So same problem with Q2. If we find the middle of this list of numbers, it doesn't actually exist. There's not a number there outright, so we're going to have to work that out. So our Q2, we're going to add the two numbers either side, the two middle numbers if you like, 25 and 28, and half them. 25 and 28 is 53. And half of 53, well, half of 52 would be 26, so it's 26.5. Okay, this is one of the times I don't mind you using decimals, it's probably easier, 26.5. Now, if we're trying to get our Q1, so we're looking at the lower half of our list, we have the same problem again. Okay, we don't have a middle number. Okay, this would be splitting the list into 4, so our Q1 really resides here. Okay, because that would split the bottom half into 2. So again, we have to add the two middle numbers together, so that's 20 and 21, and find the halfway point, which is 20.5. So we're having to use that same process to get our lower quartile, our Q1. And if we've had to use that in the lower half, we will always have to use that in the upper half as well. So this time, our upper quartile, our Q3, would sit here between the 28 and the 30. Now, that one you might be able to read off straight away. If you think about it, the halfway point between 28 and 30 is obviously going to be 29, but we can always work it out by adding the two numbers together and dividing it by 2. So 28 add 30 is 58, and half of 58 is 29. So that is how we work out quartiles. And the first bit of work that you're going to do this week is just purely to do with that, to do with working out quartiles. And I'm going to upload another video that's going to explain the other part.